Hi, welcome back to Mr. Max. In this lesson, we are going to revise from February-March 2017 question paper. February-March 2017, question number 10 and 11, probability section. Okay, so like what I am saying, before you watch this lesson, download the question paper from our app, or you can download from Department of Education website. Okay, so anyway, it's better to have a question paper like this in front of you before you watch this lesson. Okay, and also one more thing, please watch the theory part first, where I explain all the theories. Okay, then after that, if you watch this one, it is very easy to understand. Okay, let's start question number 10, February-March 2017. What is question number 10, 10.1? The event S and T are independent. So they are saying that two events S and T are independent. Then probability of S and T is 1 over 6. Probability of S is equal to 1 over 4. Calculate probability of T. So what is the meaning of independent? What is the meaning of independent? In terms of independent, that English word independent, it's not it's individual, or it's not depend to something or someone. Okay, so in calculus, independent, for example, if A and B are the two events, then what is the condition, or what is the formula if two events A and B are independent? Probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A times probability of B. So if these conditions satisfy, then we can say that these events A and B are independent. Am I right? Okay, probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A times probability of B. So if these conditions satisfy, then A and B are independent. What is the meaning of these conditions satisfy? First you have to find the answer of this left side, then you have to find the answer of the right side. If the left side and right side, if you are getting the same answer, then you can say that A and B are independent. Okay, so only difference in this question is, instead of this A and B, it is S and T. That's all. Okay, so the events S and T are independent. It is given in the question that S and T are independent. It is given. Okay, the question is not to prove that S and T are independent, not like that. Okay, it is given that S and T are independent. So it means that directly we can write probability of S intersection T is equal to probability of S times probability of T, since it is given that S and T are independent. So we can write it like this. Okay, now probability of S and T is 1 over 6. So it is given that probability of S and T, and means what? Previous question also I explained, and means intersection, and or means what? It is union. Okay, and means intersection and or means union. So here it is given probability of S and T is 1 over 6, and means intersection. So probability of S intersection T is equal to 1 over 6. Okay, then what is the second one given? Probability of S is equal to 1 over 4. So these are the two quantities given: S intersection, probability of S intersection T, and probability of S. Okay, now what is the question? What do you want to find? Calculate probability of T. You have to find probability of T. So it's very easy, straightforward question. Everything is given and you just so since it is given S and T are independent, we can write this one. Okay, so what is that one? Probability of S intersection T is equal to probability of S times probability of T. Okay, so since S and T are independent, this is the condition. Okay, so what is this probability of S intersection T? This one is 1 over 6. So that one is 1 over 6 is equal to, what is probability of S? 1 over 4 times probability of T. So now from here, how can you find probability of t? This is multiplication. Okay, and look at this one. 1 times probability of t is probability of t. So let me write it like this. Let me write this one first here on the left side. Okay, so 1 times probability of t is probability of t divided by this 4. 1 times this one, 1 times anything is that same quantity. Okay, divided by 4 is equal to 1 over 6. So if I want to find the probability of t, I just want to, maybe you studied like this cross multiplication method. Okay, so now since you are in grade 12, okay, you don't want to take this 6 to here then back again to that side. Okay, just try to understand. You just want to find probability of t, am I right? So to get probability of t, you have to remove this 4. How can you remove this 4? I have to take this one to the other side. Since here it is division, it is going to the multiplication, the numerator. This 4 will go here, 1 times 4. It's the same as that cross multiplication. Okay, so from there, therefore probability of t is equal to 1 times 4. 1 times 4 is 4 divided by 6. This 6. Okay, 4 times 1, that is 4 divided by 6. Therefore probability of t is equal to, what is the simplified, 2 over 3. So it means that probability of probability of t is 2 over 3. That is question number 10.1. This is 10.1.1. Okay, let's go to 10.1.2. Okay, question number 10.1.2. What is that question? 1.2. Hence calculate probability of S or T. Hence calculate probability of S or T. You know that I told you or means what? And means what? And is intersection. Or means what? Or is union. So probability of S or T means S union T. So this probability of S or T, what they are asking you, you have to find S union T. Okay, so now let me, before I continue that question, what is probability of S given? Probability of S is given as 1 over 4, and probability of T, what we got on the previous question, 2 over 3, am I right? Okay, and probability of S intersection T, what is given in the question, 1 over 6. Okay, we want that quantities. Okay, now what is probability of S union T? How can we expand that one? Maybe in your class or those who watched the theory part of the first lessons of this probability section, there I explain, if two events A and B are if A and B are two events, okay, then there is an addition rule like this, probability of A union B. If A and B are two events, then probability of A union B, what is addition rule? Probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. This is the famous addition rule. You have to by heart. It is better to by heart this formula. Okay, even though the formula is there at the back side of the question paper, the formula sheet, it is better to by heart this formula. Okay, probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So now instead in our question, instead of this A and B, it is S and T. That is only difference. Okay, so look at this one. This is probability of S plus probability of B, that is probability of T. Our B is, I'm sorry, not BA, it is T. So this is our A and this is our B. So if you consider like that, then it is easy. Okay, so it is probability of S plus probability of B minus probability of S A intersection B. So in our case, S intersection T. Okay, so what is probability of S? Probability of S is 1 over 4. So it is 1 over 4 plus probability of T is 2 over probability of, again I wrote B, sorry, it's a T, this one is T. Okay, so what is probability of T? 2 over 3. 2 over 3 minus probability of S intersection T, that is 1 over 6. So take your calculator, try to find the answer of that one. In your calculator, you will get 3 over 4. So it means that the answer is 3 over 4. So probability of S or T is 3 over 4. So you have to understand that OR is the same as union, and how can you apply the union? This formula. Okay, so instead of this A and B, there it is S and T. That's only difference. Okay, so that is question number 10.1.2. Now let's go to question number 10.2. Okay, question number 10.2. What is that question number 10.2 saying? A 5-digit code is created from the digits 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. So there is a 5-digit code created from the digits 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, a 5-digit code is created from the digits 2, 3, 5, 7 and 9. How many different codes can be created if, so before you start that 10.2.1, how many digits in that code? How many digits in that code it is? It is written there 5 digits code. How many numbers are given? 5 numbers. Okay, it is a 5-digit code, so it means that that one is a 5-digit code. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there are 5 digits in that code. Okay, and how many numbers are given? 5 numbers are given. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, now what is the question? How many different codes can be created? So how many different codes can be created using these 5 numbers? Okay, what is the first question? Question number 10.2.1. 10.2.1. Repetition of the digit is not allowed in the code. What is the meaning of that? Repetition of the digit is not allowed. For example, assume that for the first position of the code, I used this 7. Assume that I used 7. Okay, so it means that I'm not allowed to use 7 here again. I'm not allowed to use 7 again. I'm not allowed to use 7. I'm not allowed to use 7. Do you understand? That is the meaning of repetition of the numbers are not allowed. So if you use one number, then you are not allowed to use the same number again. Do you understand? Okay. So now, how many different codes can be created? There also you have to listen one thing. In probability, 2 types of question. One is how many. You have to find just a number. How many possibilities are there? Okay. Second type of question is what is the probability? So if the question is to find the probability, it means that you have to first you have to find how many are there divided by total how many possibilities are there. You have to write it like that. Probability means number of outcome divided by total possible outcomes. Okay, so here what is the straightforward question? How many different possibilities, how many different codes can be created? That means you have to find the number of codes. Okay, number of digits, number of different codes can be created. How many different codes can be created? Okay, so now look at this one. For this option to be filled, there is no condition, nothing. Okay, so for this option to be filled, how many options I have? I mean, for this space to be filled, how many numbers I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can choose any one number of that 5 numbers. Okay, that means I have 5 numbers. Okay, so assume that I used one number. Okay, so how many numbers remaining there? 4, because I'm not allowed to use these 2 again. Okay, so for this position to be filled, how many numbers or how many options I have? Only 4 more options. That means times 4. Then so assume that I used 2 numbers. Okay, any 2 numbers, not only the first 2, not like that. Okay, any 2 numbers I used. So assume that I used 2 and 3. So how many digits left now? Only 3 digits left. So how many options I have here? Only 3 options. Okay, so how many digits we already used? 1, 2, 3 we already used. Assume that we used this first 3. So first 3 is gone. So how many options I have remaining? Only these 2 options. So it means that for this place to be filled, I only have 2 more options. Okay, then the last one we don't have option, the last number we have to write it there. Okay, so it means that 10.1 2.1 the answer is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. What is this one? 5 times 4 times 2 times 3 times, 3 times 2 times 1, that is the same as 5 factorial. You studied that one. Okay, so that is the same as 5 factorial, and in your calculator 5 factorial is 120. That means 120 different possibilities are there. Okay, now next question number 10.2.2. 10.2.2. What is that question? Repetition of digit is allowed in the code. Wow. So in this question 1 2 3 4 5, repetition of the digit is allowed. What is the meaning of that? For example, for the first position I used this 7. Assume that I used 7. So I don't have any problem to use that 7 again here. Do you understand? Repetition of the number is allowed. Allowed means if I write 7, doesn't mean that I can't use 7 here. No, I can use 7 here also, here also, here also, here also. Maybe I can write 7 7 7 7 7 like that. Okay, so how many options I have here on the first position to be filled? For the first position to be filled, I have 5 options. Okay, any one number from that five numbers. Then for the second position, there also it is 5. Can you say why? Because the repetition are allowed. So it doesn't mean that here I used 7. Okay, so it doesn't mean that I can't use 7 here. No, I can use that 7 here. Okay, 7 or any number. So there also I have 5 option. Here how many options? There also I have 5 option because repetition is allowed. Okay, so here how many options? Any of these 5 numbers. Okay, because the repetition is allowed. Okay, here how many options? Any of these 5 numbers. Okay, so it means that if the repetition is allowed, the answer is 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, that is 5 raised to 5. Check in your calculator, what is the answer? 5 raised to 5, 3125. So if the repetition is allowed, then how many possibilities are there? 3125. Okay, that is question number 10.2. Now let's go to question number 10.3. Okay, question number 10.3. Question number 10.3. A group of 3 South Africans and 2 Australians and 2 Englishmen are staying at the same hotel while on holiday. So how many South Africans are there? How many South Africans are there? 3 South Africans. How many Australians are there? How many Aussies? There are 2 Australians. How many Englishmen are there? How many British people are there? 2. So 3 South Africans, 2 Australians and 2 Englishmen are there, are staying at the same hotel while on holiday. Each person has his or her own room, and the room are next to each other in a straight corridor. Okay, so each of the person have his or her own room, and the rooms are next to each other in a straight corridor. So this total how many people are there? 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 2 7. Okay, so those 7 people are in a holiday, in a hotel on a next to each other rooms. Okay, so they are staying next to each other rooms. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so they are staying there. How many South Africans are there? 3 South Africans. So South African, South African, South African. Okay, and how many Australians are there? 2 Australians. Okay, so Australians, Australians. And how many English people are there? 2 English people are there. Okay, English. So there are 3 South Africans, 2 Australians, and 2 English people are there. Okay, now what is the first question? So they are on a next to each other. Okay, on one straight corridor. Their rooms are. If the rooms are allocated at random, it means that those who are allocating the rooms, okay, they are not allocating like this, South African, South African, South African. Okay, so but if the rooms are allocated at random, but continue reading that question. Okay, determine the probability that, so it means that in this question you have to find the probability, okay, that 2 Australians will have adjacent rooms and 2 Englishmen will also have adjacent rooms. What is the meaning of that? So they are arranged in random method. Okay, they if the rooms are allocated in random method. Okay, so it's not in order. Okay, but here the question is, if they allocated randomly, what are the possibilities that, or what is the probability? That is the question. Okay, what is the probability that 2 Australians will stay next to each other and 2 Englishmen will stay next to each other? What are the probabilities of 2 Australians next to each other? Okay, that means first Australian's room, if the first Australian's room is this one, then the next room is also an Australian. Okay, then the other one, if the one Englishman, then the next room is also Englishman, like that. Okay, so the 2 Australians and the 2 Englishmen are next to each other. So it doesn't mean that it is exactly like this. Don't think like that. Okay, so maybe this South African can stay here inside, in between these 2 here. Okay, then also these Australians are staying next to each other, these Englishmen are staying next to each other. Or if these 2 South Africans are here on these 2 rooms, they can be like that. Okay, only condition is Australians next to each other. Okay, so Englishmen next to each other. Okay, in between, if there is any South Africans, or there is no problem. You understand? Okay, so here we have to find what is the probability. Look at that question. Determine the probability that the 2 Australians and will have adjacent rooms and 2 Englishmen will also have adjacent rooms. Okay, so once I told you the method in the theory class, I told you how can you find the answer of this one easily. Okay, so it's very easy. There is nothing, it's like a free mark. Okay, what you have to do is, first you have to consider this one as single group, 1 1. Okay, this one as 1 and this is also 1. Okay, so this is 1 and this is also 1. Okay, so count how many are there. 1 2 3 4 5. You understand? I consider this as 1, this also as 1. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so I'm going to write the answer like this: 5 factorial, okay, times, then inside this group how many members are there? 2. Okay, so that is 2 factorial. Maybe this Australian can stay here, this one, or vice versa. Okay, so anyway, inside that one how many people are there? Inside in that group how many are there? 2. Okay, so it is 2 factorial time. Same applies here also. Inside this group how many are there? 2. So it is 2 factorial. Okay, so listen once more. That's the answer. Then you have to use your calculator, find the answer. That's all. How many marks? 4 marks. Okay, so it's like a free mark. Okay, what you have to do? You have to consider this as one group, this is another group. Okay, so now 1 2 3 4 5, that is 5 factorial, times inside this group how many people are there? 2. So it is 2 factorial times 2 factorial. Okay, take your calculator, try to find the answer of the okay, sorry, here the question is calculate the probability. Okay, so this is the number of possibilities. Okay, so to find the probability, what you have to do, divided by total possibility without any condition. How many people are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 people are there. That means without any condition, what is the possibility? 7 factorial. Okay, so since the question is to find the probability, that is why we divided by total possibilities without any condition. How many people are there? 7. So what is the total possibility? 7 factorial. Okay, so take your calculator, try to find the answer of this one. Exactly, type it exactly like this. So it is 2 by 21. Okay, so the answer is 2 by 21. Maybe some of you are thinking, how do you get this 7 factorial? Okay, it's very easy. Without any condition, how many possibilities are there? Without any condition, for how many rooms are there, or how many people? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 people are there. Okay, so first South African is going to come here. Okay, now how many South Africans are there? How many possibilities are here for this position to be filled? Out of total, it is 7. So how many possibilities are here? 7. Okay, so 1 is gone. Now here, this position to be filled, how many options are there? Out of 7, 1 is here now. Okay, so this room to be occupied, how many people are there? 6. So it is 6. This room to be occupied, how many people are there? If 2 people are already gone, so remaining is 5. Like that, 4, how many people are remaining? 3. How many people are remaining? 2. How many people are remaining? 1. So read from that side, 7 times 6 times 5 times, or you can write it like this also, no problem. Okay, this is the same as 7 factorial. Okay, so without any condition, what is the possibility? 7 factorial. Okay, so probability is that exact number divided by total possibility. Okay, so that is question number 10.3. now let's go to question number 11. Okay, question number 11. The success rate of a FANA soccer team depends on a number of factors. So the success of a soccer team depends on number of factors. The fitness of the player is one factor that influence the outcome of a match. Yeah, that is true. Okay, if the player is not fit, then it will affect the match. Am I right? It will affect the result of the match. Maybe in that match they will fail. Okay, so anyway, the fitness of the player is one of the factors that influence the outcome of a match. Okay, look at the first bullet. The probability that all the players are fit for the next match is 70%. You have to remember that one. What is the probability of all the players that are fit for the next match is 70%. Probability for a fit all probability, what is the probability that all the players are fit for the next match is 70%. So if the probability of all the players are fit 70% means that not fit is 30%, remaining 30%. Am I right? Okay, so the 70% is the same as 0.7. Am I right? Or 0.70. So it is enough to write 0.7. Okay, so it means that probability of fit, this is not fit. Okay, this is 70%, that means 0.7. and probability, if this one is 70%, then what is the probability of not fit? That is the remaining 70%, remaining is 30%. 30% means 0.3. Okay, then if all the players are fit to play the next match, the probability of winning the next match is 85%. So if all the players are fit for the next play, okay, then the probability of winning the match is 85%. If all the players are fit for the next game, then the probability of winning the match is 85%. So it means that here, if all are fit, then win, lose. Okay, what is the probability of winning the match? 85. 85 means 0.85. So winning the match probability is 85 means what is the probability of lose? 85% means remaining is 15%. Am I right? So that is 0.15. Okay, so here also win, lose. Okay, now look at the next bullet. If there are players that are not fit to play the next match, if there are players that are not fit for the next match, then the probability of winning the match is only 55%. So not fit, then the probability of winning the match is only 55. 55% means 0.55. Can you see that? If they are fit, then the probability is 85%. But if they are not fit, then the probability of winning the match is only 55%. 55% means what is the lose? It is 55 means 45 is the remaining. Am I right? Okay. So it is 45 means 0.45. Okay. 100% is the full percentage. Okay, 10%. That means 100 minus 55. That is 45%. 45% is the same as 0.45. Okay. Okay. So anyway, that is the. So here we got a tree diagram. Okay. Now, just for the sake, how can we write what is the outcome here? Fit, win. Here this one is fit, lose. Not fit, what? Win. Not fit, lose. How can you find the probability of fit to win? Maybe you remember grade 10 you studied. Fit win probability is you just multiply these two numbers. 50 lose, what is the total probability? You multiply this one with this one. Not fit win, 0.3 times 0.55. Not fit lose, 0.3 times 0.45, like that. Okay, now what is the first question? I mean only one question. Based on fitness alone, calculate the probability that the Ghana soccer team will win the next match. So based on this fitness, you have to find the probability of winning the match. Probability that the Ghana soccer team will win the next match. So only one condition. What is the probability of winning the next match? Okay, that means they want this one and this one. Doesn't matter this fitness, not fit. Okay, so what is the probability of Fana based on this fitness and winner loser? What is the probability of that soccer team win the next match? Okay, so win the next match, here they win. Am I right? They won. Here they won. Am I right? So we have to consider these two cases. We don't want to consider these two. Okay, so what is this case? What is the probability? So probability of win the match is equal to, so what is the probability of winning the match? First fit, then win. That means the probability is 0.7 times this win, 0.85. that is a probability of this, that one. Then the next win is this one. So what is the probability of this one? 0 plus 0.3 times, then this is the not fit winner. So there also it is win. That's why we are considering that one. So 0.3 times 0.55. 0.3 times 0.55. So check in your calculator. What is answer of that one? It is 0.76. So it is 0.76. That is 76 by 100 or 76%. Okay. So that is a 76%. So listen here. Excuse me. Based on the fitness alone, calculate the probability that the Fana soccer team will win the next match. So they have to know the match will win. You have to know the probability of, or you have to find the probability of that. Where are the matches win? Here the match win. Here also the match win. What is the probability of this one? How can you find the probability of this one? This is the outcome. So how can you find the probability of that one match win? This 0.7 times 0.85. Then where the win? This is lose. This is also lose. Then the win is this one. So what is the probability of this outcome? That one is not fit a win. That means 0.3 times 0.55. So you have, then after that you have to add both of that chances, both of that possibilities. Okay, this possibility plus this possibility, then the total possibility is 76% to win that match. So that's the end of February March 2017 probability section. So I hope you understand. Okay, keep on practice. Okay, watch again. If you have any doubts, you have to write it on the comment box there at the bottom of our app. Okay, thank you very much guys. Thank you. See you on next class. Okay.